G'day guys, Steve Morgan here for Fishing Monthly Magazines at the halfway point of the Zerek BARRA Tour, and we were trolling the streets of Proserpine and I found the leaders and the winners of the Teemburra round, which was the Lucky Craft round of the BARRA Tour. This is Team Barratrauma. They caught an absolute giant of a fish at 126 centimetres, biggest barra of the tour so far, but we've pulled them over and we're going to talk about some of the winning techniques. Peter Laine, Zach Hunt, you guys were the only ones I think who had coverage on your Track My Fish app, and so when we pulled up to have a look and see the results, you had that massive bag of fish there and you ended up winning the tournament. So Zach, I looked at the photos. Pete was holding the big donkey and you were holding a procession of little squirrels. Is that how it panned out in the fishing wise?
Yeah, we sort of had a plan to basically with the spot we had a mix of fish coming through. With the bigger fish, we found that most of the bigger ones were like 80, 90 in the pre-fish. So Pete was having a lot of success in the pre-fish with his lure, getting the 80s and 90s, and I was using a slightly lighter setup with some small lures, and really, like when the rats come on, filled a bag very easily. Yep. So yeah, that's sort of the mindset we went into with going into that round anyway.
Now tell us about, so there was obviously that two-pronged approach, fishing for the kickers, fishing for the squirrels, and you both did your job really well, but we'll talk about that big fish soon. Show us the outfit and the lure that you're using here. Grab that fella that you're using to catch a quick bag of fish, because if you want to go up to Teemburra and catch some fish, this is probably a good way to get started. Take us through the outfit, the lure, and how we use it.
So basically this is a 705 Black Widow. It's a great rod for jerk baits and vibes I've found so far, and I had it paired up with a very fast retrieve reel. It's like a 7.9 to 1 ratio, so I can take up slack line quite quickly, which is great for reaction fishing. And we just, depending on like the weather, we'd notice like when it glassed out, we'd really slow the retrieve down, just give it a nice 1, 2, 3, let it sit. Yep. And often the fish would either hit it on a long pause, or as soon as you gave it even one more twitch after that. Once the wind sort of started to ripple along the point, really mixed it up and just gave it very erratic twitches, and just like 5, 6, 7 at a time, just like let it sit, let it sit, and just really catching up with that line quite quickly with that fast retrieve. So and Teemburra itself as a fishery, we heard some sort of mixed reports how it may not have fished really well, but it fished really well last night, didn't it? That weather was perfect, nice glassy conditions, light breezes. You couldn't have ordered a better night, could you? No, it was a beautiful night. It was actually very, very similar conditions to our pre-fish we found too, which was really good, very helpful for us.
Awesome. Now I'm going to get you to swap positions with Peter there. Peter Laine, you caught that 126 centimetre fish that on the length weight curve came in at 32 and a bit kilograms. So that's a great way to get a kicker fish into a bag. Was that the first or second fish, or where did it come in the order?
Yeah, that was the first fish we got for the night. It was about 7 o'clock and hooked up to that one, so it was good to make one stick.
Now, grab the outfit and show us what you caught it on, because that is the world's most beat-up lure you caught it on. Take us through the outfit. It's a really interesting looking outfit.
Yeah, it's like a prototype edge rod. It's rated to like 20 to 65 pound, but it's really light and sensitive, and that's just an old school Megabass Black Jungle. But yeah, the lure is just a stiffy bony brim. Yep. It's
that's caught about 1,000 fish, that one?
Yeah, I put a couple of extra split rings on it just so it suspends a little bit better. This one used to float a bit, but doubled the split rings up and it just really suspends really well.
So take us through the retrieve when you caught that big fish. Take us through the cast. What happened?
We just had like one tree that we knew the fish were coming along, and we just punched it up behind it, give it a twitch, let it sit, give it a twitch, let it sit. Then I went to twitch it and the rod just loaded up, and this thing just went stupid and started going towards the point, and I just loaded up on it and turned it, and good little arm wrestle.
And did you go crazy when it hit the net? Because that's a great fish in a tournament. I think it's the biggest fish that we've measured in a Teemburra Barra event, so it could be a lake record.
Yeah, I think it is a lake record. Someone was telling me. But yeah, no, when we seen it at the side of the boat and it rolled up and come in the net, we just both started screaming like little girls.
Awesome. So this is obviously your first BARRA Tour win. Are there any sponsors you guys want to thank?
Oh, not sponsors, but Dan at Tackle Pro Mackay helps us out heaps with sounders or the hummingbird gear and fishing rods and that, so he's real good.
Now, halfway through the tour, we're about to hit Faust, which is traditionally the big fish lake, and we've all just been over to Lindsay and had a bit of a chat, and he said it's probably going to fire for you guys on this full moon. What sort of weight do you reckon you're going to need to win this next tournament here? Like, it's going to be a 10 fish limit, so, you know, we had 78 kilos, I think, one kinchin. It might take more than that to win this one.
Oh, I think you'll see up around 80, 90.
Yep.
if Griffo and that start getting those 120s and 110s, it's going to be a really stupid amount of fish.
It's going to be carnage, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be scary.
Look, for all the information, make sure you go to abt.org.au. Make sure you like Australian Bass Tournament's Facebook page, and we're going to keep you up to date with all of the winners, all of the techniques, and all of the exciting things that come out of the Zerek BARRA Tour 2017.